Now this is going to be fun. We are going behind the camera, and the producer, André Proulx, who does all these shows, is sitting over there. I'm going to interview him because sometimes a guest will say, people say, well, he's conservative, she's conservative. And I want you to know, André Proulx is from Regina, Saskatchewan. He is virtually a communist, although he says he's an NDPer. And he joins me now. How can you support the NDP when in Ontario, for instance, what they want to do is stop all the billionaires, no other policy, and in Ottawa, all they're doing is supporting that incompetent government. The NDP doesn't have the courage of its convictions.
You know, it's becoming harder and harder to support the NDP as
but
it
you will
exists
still
right now.
support it, will you?
I'm not sure. I'm looking at the next election and I'm starting to see someone like Pierre Poilievre speaking real populist messages that resonate with regular Canadians. When the NDP and Jagmeet Singh are in Ottawa talking about taxing billionaires, I'm thinking about myself, my brand new baby daughter that we've talked about in the end of this show.
Yes.
And I'm asking myself, how taxing a billionaire is going to help me put money in my pocket and food on my table? It's not.
That's just cheap politics.
100%.
So really, so you're coming around after all these years of being a Western NDPer, you're suggesting that you understand that there's another series of politics. Is that it?
But the thing I'm starting to understand is it just feels that all the politicians are really out of touch with what middle-class Canada is dealing with. I'm not even sure that Pierre Poilievre is the silver bullet that we're looking for, but the reality is none of the parties are talking about what the middle class and what working Canadians
Trudeau's
worry
always
about.
saying, we are building the middle class. We are making the middle class. He says it all the time.
Yeah, but let's ask Trudeau and his Minister of Middle Class that couldn't even define the frickin' role when it was given to her, and she doesn't exist anymore, right?
Yeah, so that's all hogwash. Is that what you're saying?
100%.
So really, you as an NDPer, you're saying the NDP is bankrupt, the Liberals are full of hogwash, and so therefore you may vote Conservative because they sound like they want to do the right thing?
I may, but I'll tell you what, I need a party that is going to stand up for organized labor, workers' rights, and care about the living standard for people.
The Conservatives won the last time because they got a lot of labor support because they were there for the working man or working woman, and they went in for trades, and they were supported by unions.
To be fair, though, I think there's some second thoughts on a lot of those labor unions that supported our friend Dougie in Ottawa here.
Well, they may not like Dougie, but they voted for him, and they're getting benefits from it that they wouldn't have had from voting for a rump NDP.
Fair, but I mean, that's the best part about democracy is that hopefully parties will be able to adjust their views in an interest to get elected. Because right now, I don't think the NDP has any interest in forming the government. They're too busy getting cheap handouts from Ottawa to the benefit of, I don't know, building a crappy little resume that says I'm happy being party number 3. They need to do better.
So really, this is, we can title this, the conversion of André Proulx from a Western communist to an Eastern, maybe conservative voting, regular person.
Well, as many of our guests have said, campaigns matter. So let's see what
3
happens.
minutes, you're done. André Proulx, thank you. Justin Trudeau is now on the record as saying that social media is destabilizing, and he wants to bring in censorship to determine what can be put on and not on social media. That is wrong. Please support this station, and please add your address so I can write you a letter and thank you for supporting freedom of speech.